Welcome to the final presentation in Video Bento 2. This time we go with Matt Ketchum to the Japanese countryside. One word for that in Japanese is inaka. What would it be like to live there? In his introduction, Matt also speaks about akiya, homes that are not being lived in.
Hi there, I'm Matt, Principal Consultant and co-founder of Akiya and Inaka, a real estate consulting agency that focuses on Japan's rural regions and the vacant properties that exist there. One of the issues that we work with, in fact the main issue that we work with, is one of perception. Akiya tend to be thought of hopelessly dilapidated eyesores that ought to be demolished, and Inaka tends to be seen as just sort of backwater bumpkin, country bumpkin, places where nothing ever happens and there's no money or reason to be there. Sometimes this is true. Just like with anything, there are shades of gray in between the two extremes. However, sometimes it's also not, and that's what we focus on. So today, we'll be exploring two areas. One, an Akiya that's on the market, which we are currently working with, and then with somebody out in Inaka who certainly has Akiya but is actually building quite a bit. And our hope with these two examples is to, if not prove, at least point out that sometimes there are some really amazing things out there, and if you just know how to look, you can find some really outstanding opportunities. So, without further ado, let's take a look. With a very nice porch. ね。で、ここは開いてたっけ？
ではいないか。
行ってみよう。So this is the kind of the annex. And right now it's sort of being used as a storage unit, but you can use it as an office, you can use it as a bedroom, you can use it as a practice space if you're a musician. I know that's what I would probably do with it. Then a wonderful porch with the owner on the porch. Draw. With the clothes drying area, and then a really surprising, I wasn't expecting this, you got a cool fountain there too. Eigo desu yo. But you've got a nice second patio down here where they're growing some togarashi right there, and you can kind of just hang out. Honestly, I think I would probably just make this a fire pit. So here's the living room, with a nice piano that they said they would leave. And there's a nice Japanese room in here. And this is an addition. And it's so cool in here. I love it. So this is not Swedish made. This is added on. And it's about, あれ10畳だっけ? あ、そうだね。数えますね。
12ぐらい。
あ、こたつもあるんだ。本当だ。
日本人類だ。
当たり前じゃないですか。Okay, so back in the living room, and then in here we've got kind of a storage room that's currently being used as. But this could also be, bedroom. The lights. What are you? Ah. So everything still works. And it comes with fishing gear. So there's that. And then out here, and then through, we've got the bath, or the shower, the actual bathroom. Got some nice stained glass. And there's the shower head. So there's that. And then next door we've got the toilet room. Which is just your regular toilet. Oh, spacious. And here's the kitchen.
I think it's going to good.
Kind of a small kitchen, but it certainly works. And then we've got the upstairs. And we've got 2 beds over here. You gotta watch your head a little bit. Here we go. There's 1, 2 beds, also with a lot of storage space over there. And then kind of just upstairs central spot that has some stereo equipment. Some of it's busted, but oh, and there's vinyl. How about that? And then finally there's another room. And it could be like a kid's room or storage or sort of whatever you want. And it's got a really nice view. Look at that. So I'm guessing all this foundation was here.
No, nothing.
Are you kidding me?
None of the stonework, and I mean, this is nothing. Come look at the front of the.
Wow. This is huge.
So all the trees that I had cut down, and basically I had talked to a lot of builders and carpenters, and the skill level's so high, but it's hard to find somebody who's willing to like work with amateurs to do something like this, especially with the limited budget that we had.
Right,
Everybody
right.
was like, Mujida, it's not possible, you know. I wanted to do traditional joinery with like no nails and stuff in any of the joints, and then Tokoho, and everyone was like, nah, man, not with Nisemon.
Right.
And then I met one guy who was just like, well, you know, if you have volunteers and you don't mind if it takes like 5 years,
Oh, okay.
I think you can do it. And basically, he looked at all the material that we had and marked out on the logs where the joints are going to be. I had like a floor plan, and I had an architect who had helped me just to write it up to submit the for approval.
Right, right.
And then the builder looked at all the materials and the logs that we had and made markings where all the joints need to be made.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and the woofers and the volunteers did all the joinery just with chisels and chainsaw.
Holy shit.
and you know, there's not like a huge difference between someone who's practiced their whole life and someone who's just coloring within the lines.
Yeah.
It's just like a coloring book, kind of like you just don't chip out outside of the lines.
Yeah,
chip out
right.
inside. So it was like, and I hadn't had any experience doing construction or contracting. Or
That's
anything.
incredibly encouraging.
Yeah, none.
Right.
I mean, I was a salaryman doing recruitment.
So this is all your farmland?
So no, this plot right here is not in the middle.
This sky?
This
that
is.
is a pain in the ass.
And then
isn't
that
it?
one there with the greenhouse and the tomatoes, and then going all the way down to those trees there is. And then there's another plot over there that is, but there's another plot in between that and this plot that's separating it. So it's like yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes.
Okay.
And then,
And you said you're getting 15 boxes or so from everything?
well, we have more produce than that,
Yeah.
but like we're doing like on average 15,
Ah, gotcha.
20 like orders a week.
Yeah.
When I say boxes, and each order is different. Some people order like Ichiman worth of stuff. Some people order like 5,000, but the shipping is 1,000 yen in general.
Right.
So people are only going to order if there's enough.
If it makes
product to order enough. Still really small scale, but it'll be nice when it's done, man.
Oh, no, I mean, it's obvious.
And
You
it-
can't miss it.